big plays.
Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off. He scores!
Are you kidding me?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Shane. Why are you eye-rolling me already, bro?
I think he just peeped the shirt. I feel like
He's already eye-rolling me, bro.
hey, don't act like you don't deserve it. I don't know what you did yet, but you deserve it.
Every time I start this up, he's already eye-rolling. Like, we didn't even get going yet.
We didn't even get into it. It's all right.
All right, forget about Shane. But what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Scotty. I'm here once again with Brian and Shane. Diggs is out there playing in a men's league right now. Somebody tell his old ass to sit down and relax, okay?
Diggs, if you hear this and you didn't score at least 3 goals tonight, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Scotty hates adults that play lacrosse. He said, I remember when he said the same thing to me one time. Like, Brian, you're old. Like, nah, bro, I gotta get these.
Yeah,
Bro.
you gotta get this work in, bro.
I'm not old for the earth. I'm just old playing lacrosse, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend, I went to my girlfriend's lacrosse practice today, and the boys were practicing on the other side. They were like, yo, do you want to play Sharks and Minnows? And I was like, no, I don't want to play Sharks and Minnows. Absolutely not. I know. That's a option. That's a potential opportunity for me to pull a hamstring again. So let's
For
go.
sure.
No.
Getting chased by a kid? No, I'm good.
No, I'm good on that.
Right.
But week 10 already.
Crazy.
That's wild. Week 10 in the PLL in Colorado. Brian, you live in Colorado?
Yeah, I'm in Colorado. Man, them games are sold out, man. I don't have the juice to be getting tickets.
Bro, wait. Why did he not say anything to anybody?
Because they said that
Somebody
they
could have got you
were
some
sold out.
tickets,
So I guess I don't have the juice, bro.
Brian, are you for real right now?
Yeah, bro, I'm an hour outside of Denver, yeah.
You're looking
I'm
at
in
the
these
car
Colorado
acting like you
streets.
can't drive it and the keys are right in front of you.
Yeah, I didn't say I couldn't get there. I said the tickets. I looked on the website.
Do you not understand that I work for the league, bro?
Bro, I
This guy, man.
I should have said something.
This guy, bro.
I should have said.
I cannot
Bro, what
believe
you doing? I was in
you
Colorado
right
though
now.
now.
You really missed the game because you thought you couldn't have an opportunity to get a ticket.
Man,
I would have found a way to get you a ticket, my guy.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'm gonna be there next year.
It's all right because it didn't. If you were going on that first day on August 9th, what was that? Saturday? Or that was a Friday? If you were going on Friday, you would have watched Denver Outlaws lose that game because Denver lost to the
Segue.
Snakes there. 16-9, Denver train comes to an abrupt stop versus the Whip Snakes. In his first game after being traded from the Water Dogs, Ryan Conrad has a hat trick. Whip Snakes handle the Outlaws 16-9. Now, when I was watching this game, I was at a wedding. So I was like, I was trying to watch it, trying to be present in the wedding. But I was thinking, did we overhype the Outlaws or underhype the Whip Snakes?
I think we underhyped the Whip Snakes.
Yeah.
100%. They have turned their whole season around in the last 3 weeks. They have decided, okay, we don't want to be in the same conversation as the Water Dogs or the Redwoods. We're going to actually just turn it up, and there's nothing you can do about it at all. Especially, Diggs put out something about potential Rookie of the Year, especially that boy TJ Malone. Ooh. Boy was out here balling. He was out. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good conversation. We can talk about that later. But I will say TJ Malone was out here balling, and I'm sick to my stomach, bro, because on fantasy I was this close. Ooh. I was this close to picking him up, and instead I think I picked up like Connor Fields or something. I was like, all right, they're gonna play the Atlas. Like Connor Fields is still gonna do his thing, but sick to my stomach because I really should have picked him up because he was out here balling 6 points, 4 goals off of 32 touches. That's pretty good. That means that boy had the rock, and they were letting him handle.
Yeah, the boy
crazy.
Cook, man, and that's the cool thing too, because like they're giving him the keys. Like 32 touches is a lot.
That's a lot. That is damn near head and shoulders above pretty much everyone else. Second
Yeah,
on that list is Ryan Conrad with 24.
And
yeah,
his first game with them. You know, I think something we've been talking about the Outlaws about is how strong that youthful core is the whole season. But where we forget to talk about a youthful core is the Maryland Whipsnakes too. Like they have all this youth, a lot of young guys making moves, even though they still do have those people from those classic Whipsnakes. But when you look at those producers now, like TJ Malone, Poitras, Levi, like those guys are turning into those guys now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like they gotta give the torch to somebody else now. But I think I would agree personally with what Shane said is that we underhype the Whipsnakes, and this is 2 weekends in a row now where I'm complimenting the Whipsnakes.
Which is crazy because there's a whole video of us talking about how Maryland was not good in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but two things can be right at the same time. They could have not been
true.
good at that time, and then they got better.
It's true. It's true. It's just crazy to think about, like, of all the teams that should have figured it out towards the middle of the season, the Whipsnakes are the only one that really did. Out of the three teams that we were looking at, Water Dogs, Redwoods, Whipsnakes, Water Dogs have consistently gotten worse. Redwoods have just kind of stayed meh all season. And now, and the Whipsnakes have just said, all right, yeah, we really turning this up. We got too much talent, too many opportunities. I think the influx of Levi Anderson was a huge pickup. I think he just kind of helps give a little extra something to I guess now that midfield line. I guess I was I can admit I didn't see him as a midfielder. He's doing well at the midfield spot. I still see him doing well at the attack line personally. And I'd like to continue to see him in attack in certain situations, but he is doing well at the midfield. Yeah, he is doing well at midfield. 2 goals this day, 66% off of 11 touches. That's pretty good. That's pretty efficient for a midfielder. So shouts out to him, but man, that Whipsnakes offense and defense was cooking. Brian Krebs had 55%, went to 55% save percentage, which isn't bad in the PLL at all. To be on the higher or at least mid side of that 50% line, that's okay. I mean, for especially playing against a team like the Outlaws, like that's pretty decent.
Now, Brian, I'm surprised I didn't see you going crazy on Twitter this weekend with your boy getting a bucket finally.
Oh no, I did. I did because I tweeted out. I was like, remember all these dorks told me all the the anonymous accounts like I'm cool. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. I say it all the time. What I say is not gospel. I'm not always saying that I'm right about everything, but I'm like Jake Piscina was him. And when going into the draft, remember he's an Instagram player. He's blah blah all these things, right? And it's interesting
People
because
were saying
from
that?
yeah, it was just people. So the whole entire season. So one, for those that don't know, spoiler alert, I'm from Syracuse. Where's Jake Piscina from? Syracuse. He's from Liverpool, actually, a suburb of Syracuse, but like he's local. I have a affinity for Jake Piscina because going into the backstory of him, when my youngest cousin was in high school, he played Jake Piscina's team, Liverpool team when Jake Piscina was a junior, my cousin was a senior, and I'm like, who is this short dude that was killing it? And I'm just like, and I watched all of my cousin's games, so I saw pretty much all the high schools in Syracuse that are in the highest class. And the kid that stuck out to me, was this kid who wore 21. He was at Liverpool, short kid, was always the best player on the field. Ends up being Jake Piscina, so I've always rocked with him. And it's interesting though, because people are like, "Well, you have to wait till the 10th game of the season or week 9 for them to say something about Jake Piscina." I'm like, I've been saying stuff about him the whole season. It's been interesting because he just played a really good defense. So I'm like, I'm glad his first goal came later in the season because it was all it's just because he can score. No, he's a great defender. He played Knobloch amazing at the beginning of the season. he's played well the entire season. He's done what he's supposed to do. He's done the little things, and now he's starting to do the bigger thing in the Instagram. I guess the Instagram-y type stuff. But yeah, now I was going crazy when he scored. But it's interesting because his Outlaws team, I don't think we overrated them. Like Scotty said, they're gonna have games where you're just like, this team is so good and they're young. And then they have games where they play young.
They're
And this
very
is
young.
one of those games where they're young. And then the whip stakes, just like you said, Shane, like things are starting to fall into place. So it's like Rambo kind of getting hurt kind of helped the team in a weird way, in which it was like TJ Malone's got to have the keys to the offense. Matt Rambo, thank you for your service. You're not the alpha anymore. It's got to be TJ Malone. That's what he does. It's allowed their best player overall, Zed Williams, to do his things where he's not being asked to do too much. I can just do what I have to do, right? Poitras, I can do what I have to do. Levi, I can do what I have to do, right? And then you get Ryan Conrad, which is insane to me because I'm like, this is like baby Matt Abbott. Play defense, cool. Play offense, cool. Go on the wing, cool. And it's like he just fits in perfectly because it's like all the little things he can do. He can give you the hat trick. Then next week he can do his Matt Abbott, Zach Courier, and have like 1 goal, 3 calls, turnovers, and 5 ground balls, and just move the ball around and be perfect for him. And then you mix it in with their defense has been playing much better. Brendan Krebs, amazing story. Like I love when they talk about it. Like I didn't start in high school. I walked onto my school in Manhattan, one of the illest fields. Look up Manhattan's field because they have like subway cars in the back of their stadium. And it's like just that's that coming through the mud, and he's played super well. And then we have Joe Nardella gave us 2 goals because he's Joe Nardella.
He died today.
Right, like just so like all those little all those pieces that just weren't happening, right? Because we were like, they need Tucker Dordovic. They don't. He plays a couple games, he gets hurt. TJ Malone then steps up. He's like the straw that stirs the drink, and they've just been playing better.
All right, pause. We got a lot to talk about here. Okay. Wow. Did you guys see this? You guys see that?
I did. Look at that.
Wow, that's kind of cool. All right, for you guys who are listening, I just raised my hand and Zoom like put a circle around my hand or whatever. But I'm gonna lower that. Okay, let's get back. So did you see what happened to Tucker Dordovic?
Yo, what did they say? He fractured his jaw? He broke his jaw?
His jaw is broken, dog. Broken. Like I'm talking about cracked and broken. It's gross. I saw a picture of it.
Gross. Oh, I didn't see a picture. I feel bad. I'm good. I watched enough boxing. I'm good. I don't need to see that.
He's not talking for a while. Next thing.
Through the wire. Yeah.
Next thing. Something that sticks out to me in this game was Brendan O'Neill not getting enough touches. We've been talking about Brendan O'Neill been playing his ass off since the All-Star break, getting his touches, doing what he does, shoots the ball a lot of the times. Like Brendan O'Neill shooting the ball 5 times, not enough. Getting how many touches? 22 touches, not enough. You know?
Yeah.
And as we've been getting on the Denver Outlaws train, he's been getting his touches, getting his 10 shots, not necessarily having 5 goals a game, but he's making that defense work every time he touches the ball. You know, there is other ways to create besides getting a point, but Brendan O'Neill not getting his touches, I think, is something that held the Outlaws back in this game, and that's why you see the score in this one being 16-9. So
yeah,
I mean, I think
scoring was lackluster on the Outlaws' part for sure.
I definitely think the Outlaws have a lot to work on here, but speaking of things to work on here, the Water Dogs and Redwoods had a lot of work on too.
Great segue.
So they have this one was easily the game of the week here, overtime thriller here. Redwood try to make a late playoff push and complete the first step versus the Water Dogs. Westberg finishes the game as the Woods hold off the Water Dogs 13-12. Now, Romar Dennis, my man.
Can we talk about Romar, please?
Yo, we could talk about him. There's one point where when he got his first 2-pointer, they showed his shooting chart, and like, yo, you saw like
crazy
no 1-point shots, like no 1-pointers. I was like, yo, is this really Romar Dennis? But it is really Romar Dennis. What do we know Romar Dennis for? For splitting and shooting a 2-pointer. Like that's how we know him.
Left to right split, jump shot, 2-pointer.
Yep. And Romar Dennis ended up having 3 points in this game because he did. His last goal ended up being a 1-pointer here. I was hoping the Redwoods would take this one away easier. I wasn't expecting this one to be a nail biter, but all in all, this game was a win for the good guys. I actually thought the Water Dogs would have packed it in, especially after trading Ryan Conrad. But as you can see, they don't care. They're like, we're not going down without a fight here. So, but congrats to the Redwoods. Thank God. But let's talk about that man, Romar Dennis, for a second.
Oh,
like, yo,
finally.
Are you dressing Romar Dennis every single week?
Absolutely. Like, can we first like put to bed this thing where it's like who won the trade, the Atlas or the Redwoods? They both won. Because let's keep it a buck. When they got traded for each other, everybody was like, well, it was basically it was like dirty laundry. Both teams, like Miles is on the downside of his career, Romar's not good, blah blah blah, right? So then you fast forward, they get changes of scenery. Miles has been cooking for the Atlas. He found his spot, does what he does. Romar, oddly enough, has been the most consistent midfielder probably for the Woods this season. And then, like you said, looking at the shot chart, Romar provides a service that nobody else in the league can do, right? So I think he hasn't even been unlocked enough because he had his first 1-pointer because he can do that too. Where it's like I think sometimes it's even they're just like just stay at the 2-point line. We're trying to get you the ball, but it's like even if we're just doing that, he does that better than everybody else in the league. Right, like that's offense. It's like we're talking about football. You have your deep threat. Like let's just stop acting like Romar doesn't do something that nobody else can do. He dresses every week because nobody else is doing that.
It's true.
Like that change that. Like I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but it's just like the service he provides.
On the Woods, at least, like I think, like when you talk about 2-point threats, I mean everybody's got their main guys, their 2-point threat.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly would say, like, on that Redwoods team, he's the only one that I would truly honestly respect at the 2-point line. Like other guys, I'd let them shoot. I think they could hit it every once in a blue moon, but like I think if you give Romar Dennis time and room, that's a guaranteed 2-pointer, guaranteed.
Speaking dudes we talk about almost every week.
Yes, sir.
The man, the myth, the legend, Nakeie Montgomery in the building. Nakeie, what's happening, my man?
Man, what's up, y'all boys, man? Not much. I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yes, we didn't plan this, man. We're just happy to be talking about the Woods.
Yeah.
I control the madness here, so don't worry. I planned it, dog. I got this. We were just talking trash about you, Nakeie.
100%.
There we go.
I'm just playing, bro. But I love the highlight this weekend of you doing the LeBron shoulder, bro. What? You like? Yeah. I'm getting lucky and I'm doing this weekend.
No, man. It's just you see the hat, man. Like,
yeah.
Just been locked in. You know what I'm saying? Watching Bron, inspired as hell, and I wasn't even planned or nothing. I just hit that up. Honestly, I don't even know.
That Sally was tough, bro. Yo, speaking of that fourth quarter performance by Steph Curry, crazy. Yo,
sickening.
Did you see that diagram? It's like him on that last 3-point shot and like KD and LeBron wide open.
Hey, that's crazy. They were like, how is it that you got Steph, you got KD, and you got LeBron on the other side, and you got Steph taking that shot, and that's a good shot. Still, that's a good shot. That's crazy to think about.
I mean,
Steph's
like me back in my high school days.
Exactly, the whole team.
Man, like I could like shed a tear thinking about that team, bro. That team was insane.
That was one of my favorite games I've ever watched. So let's get back onto lacrosse stuff. So Nak, bro, huge week for you guys coming up here, dude. I just listened to what you guys have to do in order to make the playoffs this weekend. Like, how do you go into the week like this? And what are you guys thinking about? Just ball out? How are you guys doing this?
Just fucking ball out. Like, that's it. Simple. Go ball out. Let the chips fall where they may. That's it. We're like, let's go have fun, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We get another opportunity. So hopefully get another opportunity. See how it goes. And now, get a shot.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, I'm gonna put you guys down for cashing out. I just listened to the One-on-Ones podcast with Mike and Paul, and they're like talking about how you guys have to win by 11, and who's the other one? The Outlaws is the other team that has to like lose by 11.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Made a swing like that.
But
That's
hey,
Crazier things have happened.
crazier things have happened.
That's true.
Now,
So we'll see.
Like, but how was it last weekend in Denver, man? It looked like it was sick.
It was awesome, man. Like, obviously, it's hard to get a win. It's hard to win in the league, man. Everyone's good. Everyone's bringing their best. Everyone's got family in the stands. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it was sick for Wes to have done that. Like, I don't know if y'all remember. Like, I remember in 2016. Like, I remember sitting in Dallas watching the Final Four, and Wes's around the world shot that bounced, went top shelf. Like, I remember where I was when he did that, and like him getting to do that, score the game winner back at home is like so badass. And like, I was on the field, like watching right behind him. He caught it, shielded with his offhand, and then turned back into defense and threw a twister into the far bottom corner. Like, that was a crazy goal. Like,
nah, it was crazy.
But it was good, man. And like, obviously, it makes this weekend more exciting because what are we talking about right now? Talking about our shot in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So last week was important.
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely was important, man. But I'm getting sidetracked here because I know Denver. I played in Denver before, and it's the worst thing of all time, bro. Do you feel the difference when you were up there? Because I know how I felt when I was up there, and my asthma was acting up.
So I get allergies in Denver. Like, I kind of get allergies like most places we go, but I get like kind of bad allergies in Denver. Honestly, like my win was good. My win's always solid in Denver. But I get allergies there, yo.
This man's
It's dry here, bro.
Yeah.
Nah. I know I went up there one time, played against Colorado College. Yeah, they had me playing D mid for a quick second because I got defense. Because I'm not like that. I'm an offensive midi, but I got caught.
Yeah, I've been there.
I know I picked up a ground ball. You got a CTO, picked up a ground ball. Bro, I got to the other side of the field. There was 0 left in the tank. 0, bro. So I know my limits, and Colorado's my weak spot to be playing in, man.
That's brutal.
No, that elevation's something else. Utah's got elevation too.
We got back to back weekend, right?
Yeah, entire weeks back to back, real quick.
Shoot.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, don't envy y'all, man.
Nah, it matters. When I first moved down here, it was crazy. I'm like, bro, just walking. I'm like walking the dog. I'm like, bro, why am I breathing hard? Like, I'm not out of shape. Like, the elevation is real.
Nah, like even like in your sleep, like every hour you have like one like just deep breath. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
that's crazy.
Like, is that? And the only time I've ever been actually moving to Colorado, I'm like, bro, I'm moisturized, bro. Like, why is my skin cracking? It's just like, bro, I can't play no games, bro. I need more. I can't shea butter. I need shea butter, castor oil. Like, dog.
You got it, bro.
You got the whole setup.
Oh man,
just to keep him. That's funny.
Bro, sitting here like, why is my skin so dry?
I'd be so happy if I lived up there, bro. I'm the worst. My ankles saying, yes, sir.
Keep that cocoa butter on lock, bro.
Right, man. Moisturizer game on point, bro. What you mean?
True.
Oh no,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, Nak, when we talk about the Redwoods here, like, let's get into the nitty gritty. Who's controlling the Hawks?
Me and Chris Merle, we're playing.
Chris Merle, I would not have seen that.
Yeah, me and Chris Merle.
What are you playing?
We go back and forth. We playing like some 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? We've been playing some 50 Cent. We're playing some. I've been playing some old Wayne.
You don't be playing no Young Nation, bro?
Nah, I ain't put them on. They ain't ready for all that. Just
ain't ready for no Young Nation. Come on, man.
Nah, we're not on the Young Nation.
See that locker room, bro? You see that locker room?
They're not ready for the Young Nation yet. But we be rocking out though, man. We be rocking out. It's a little bit of thug. We be rocking out with the boy, the doctor, with Action Bronson.
Oh man!
Wow.
Yeah, we be having that going, man.
A little range, dog. I mean, all right. Let's flip this and
Some
reverse it.
strict
You know,
from YSL.
Missy
What do you mean?
Elliott. Yeah, you see
What'd
how
you
I
say?
did
What'd
that,
you
right?
say?
I
What'd you
said
say?
flip
What'd
it
you
and
say?
reverse it. Come on. Let's do who would you not let control the aux?
In the Redwoods locker room. Who would I not let control the Uggs? Honestly, like I imagine Chris Fake probably doesn't listen to that much music when he's like when he's when he's doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's not like anticipating Thursday night at midnight when the new music comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's still my boy though. Shout out Faker.
What would he play, bro? He didn't even say that type of music. He said he's not listening to music in
Oh
general.
yeah. No, like I feel like he not even on no music. Like he just chill. Like he probably just chilling. Like I feel like he might listen to the radio. But I'm telling you, Faker, he be locked in like on some chill shit.
Yo, I gotta make a video on that, bro. Like different people before their games, yo, because I see how intense the PLL locker rooms are, bro, and it's just like your high school football locker room or like your college football locker room, like how you got that dude banging his head against the helmet, that dude warming up 4 hours before his game, that
Oh
dude
yeah,
jamming out, like
whole spectrum of like the crazy folks.
What about you? What do you do? What's your pregame?
I be chilling. Like I literally get to the locker room, and just chill. Like a lot of times I'm on music, so I gotta be chilling around. You know, what I'm saying, hanging around. I eat a banana before every game and a banana at halftime. That's it, bro. I just be jamming out. I'd be on the couch, chilling on my phone, solving a little bit of chess puzzles. Watch a little bit of film. I don't watch the game. If we're for the second game, I'm never watching the game before. Like I may sit next to someone on someone's phone just to see the time and what's going on. Like, will there be overtime? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But I just be chilling, like on my phone, solving chess puzzles or just like talking to people. I don't know. I spend a lot of time taping my stick, changing, screwing this in, you know, making sure everything's perfect, shit like that.
So I have to ask you about Duke and something even bigger after that. So when you talk about like when you were at Duke, you were probably one of their biggest offensive threats, like no doubt. You coming in, like you were the most electric offensive player on that midfield line, in my eyes at least, watching you play offense there. Now, when you transition to the PLL, like how have you seen your role start to switch and how have you taken it with like optimism?
Yeah. I mean, it's for me, man. uh, I understand things. You know what I'm saying? Like today is today because it has to be today, but tomorrow can be different. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday was yesterday, and it's always gonna be yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, you know, coming in rookie year, um, you know, play a little bit of offense, and then started playing some defense. And then the second year, playing mostly defense, and then a little bit of offense at the end of the year. And this year, offense first game, defense all year, and now a little bit more offense. I've just been taking it like it's been, you know, rounding me out, making me a more well-rounded lacrosse player. I personally see myself as someone starting the offense, dodging a lot with the ball, and you know, obviously with the skills that I have been able to acquire and learn over the last 3 years, you know, I'm obviously very much so not a liability defensively. You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean it's been good, man. I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot on both sides of the ball. I've had to guard Sowers. I've had to guard Brendan O'Neill. I've had to dodge Jack Rowlett. I've had to dodge, you know, Garrett Apple. You know, I've done a lot, and it's just prepared me. And I've been focused, and I train every day. And it's like I'm gonna fucking be one of the best offensive biddies in this fucking league. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not right now, and because I don't play a lot of offense, but
I
like
love that.
I don't know. I enjoy the game. I work a lot at the game. Keep working a lot at the game, and you know, I feel great athletically.
Well, I mean, you feel
You
great.
know what I'm saying? Niggas
because
like me, I done got caught up on podcasts, so I gotta be, you know, I gotta make sure I say, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta chill with
The cartoon for, bro.
Yeah. But I think you hit the nail on the head here. Like, you definitely are you're the best all around midfielder on the Redwoods. Like, you could do it both on the offensive side and defense side. Like, I would hate to see a lot of those other midfielders even step over the 50, on the defensive side. And
I hear you.
you're looking at you from the last couple of weeks. You versus Outlaws and Border Dogs. You're doing the damn thing. What kind of glasses are those?
I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Oh no!
These joints right here.
He's just gonna have to get like me.
Hey, these are from a foreign land.
He said, "Yeah, hey man, when you a player like me, they just end up in your hands. You feel me? You can't do it like me."
Yeah,
that's them Johns from Japan. So these straight from Japan. These from Shibuya, right?
Oh,
man. Speaking of Japan, too, like the Olympics, Japan Olympic lacrosse team has been pretty good lately. But we got lacrosse coming around in the 2028 Olympics. Nakeie, are you a lock for the 2028 Olympics? Because I'm trying to figure out who the hell is going to be on this 2028 team. And 4 years is a long ass time. So I'm like, how do the pros think about this versus how are the college players approaching like this LA 28 Olympics?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm gonna just keep doing what I do every day. I'm gonna keep stacking brick by brick by brick, and I'm gonna let the chips stack where they fall. I imagine if I continue, you know what I'm saying, keep working, that I should have a shot.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I have no idea what it'll look like, anything like that. But I mean, I'm gonna continue to do what I do, stay in shape, keep playing lacrosse, keep shooting all the time, 100 shots, keep getting my 100 shots, and I should hopefully put myself in position to have a chance.
I love that.
I think my pots against shades. Fuck that. No, I'm fine.
How do you feel about the Sixes format in comparison? Like, I feel like probably your skill set.
So I love two things. I will say this before anyone else. I bet in 2030 that they have the field game added as well as sixes, or maybe the field game instead. But I bet they'll add the field game as well. Why I say that? The obvious reason is because of the basketball. They run threes and fives.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like I bet I imagine in 32 they'll have the whole thing. But I think six is obviously the easiest gateway, best intro for the world. So I mean, it'll be great. Obviously, smaller team. And it'll be like I'm thinking about like Olympics format and shit, like ripping a sixes game, and then like sixes is a lot, like we did it back in February. Like that's gonna be a marathon of the Olympics. It's gonna be so fun, man. It's gonna be awesome. And like I said, we'll see how it goes. It'll be competitive too. That's what it'll be. It'll be competitive.
Yo, how many players are on a Champ Series roster?
There were 12. 2 goalies, 10 runners.
Okay. 10 runners.
I want to say there's 12 or 13 in the Olympic sixes.
Let's say you have 10 runners, right? How many D mids are you putting on your team? All of us. All of this. Because I said something a couple of years ago and people tried to come at me and I'm like, I stand by this.
And but what you said, is it trending correct or not correct,
It's trending mostly correct.
I imagine a team has to lean towards 3 tops, maybe 4 tops, 4 absolute tops. I think 3 top. 4 can't be. It's gotta be 3 tops, maybe even 2.
Shane, what are you saying?
Like true D-mids?
Yeah.
Like they don't they you give them a
You
ball, they
gotta
not
like
scoring.
I'm talking like D mids, like
Oh, zero.
all right,
Yeah. Yeah.
Zero.
I'm gonna say you can't
bro.
you can't
Same
have
thing. It's got to be
yeah.
zero. No, it's sixes. You need the Nakai's out, Nakeie, Ryan Conrad, just like when you play
You need
basketball.
two ways.
Nah,
You
bro,
need nothing but two ways.
you're not just playing offense. You got to
No,
get back and play defense.
It can't be AAU.
I don't think it's nothing but two ways though. I'm thinking what I meant was 2 to 3 top, 3 to 4 tops, transition players, and then the rest offensive players. Like, yeah, but like 2 to 4 transition guys, like how you guys did, just actual 2A minutes, right? Think about a courier. He's probably gonna be there. Who can go step for step with Curry? Who can just get on the field and match Curry? You know, like I don't know like how you actually go about it or anything, but you know, like you got to think about shit like that, right? Because so you obviously can't just go just like you guys say, right? You can't just go 10 offensive guys, but like, do you spend a strictly D midi spot? Like I'm talking like we're saying like a guy. First of all, it's the pros. All the D midis can catch for the most part, right? But like you know, like I don't know, just there's a lot that's gonna go into it. And I don't know.
But
It's good. I suppose. I hope to be able, you know, to like you guys said, do both. Get back on.
I said zero. I said I'm dressing zero D mids. Like when I saw Garrett Epple was on a Sixers roster, bro, I was like, God damn. And Ethan Raw even like he played well. Ethan Raw played well during the Sixers, but I'm like, I don't know. Would I rather because I think defense is so minute in Sixes. The defense is literally goal. How good is your goalie, right?
Yeah.
The shots within 10 yards. I mean, whose goalie is getting the most stops there? That's why I'm like, your guy's gonna get beat as soon as he gets beat. The carrier's shooting the ball. That's just how I saw it every single time being at Sixes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's up to your goalie. So what does it matter if I have a world caliber defenseman against this offensive player? It doesn't matter. It's a goalie.
But at the same time,
I hear you, but there is an element of like we need to get a stop. You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? And there's that element, no doubt. And so it's like I mean, you got to have that in mind too. You know, like because the other team, and if you don't think it, right? Like if there is a coach, you know what I'm saying, who says no, just 10 offensive guys, defense doesn't matter, right? They're gonna play against a coach that didn't have that thought. You know what I'm saying? So so when they do, and they might be 2 a quarter, but when they do get those stops, those are gonna be big stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can. Like realistically, like even if you have a 50% goalie, like a goalie is going to go 50%, like 55%, that doesn't mean you can't, like, if you just give up shots and they're taking 20 shots in a quarter or 20 shots and a half, that's 10 goals that are going in immediately just off of the goalie alone. Mm-hmm. Uncontested cannot happen. Like that just can't happen. Right, like you can't just give them shots, right? Because no matter what, even if you just let the goalie, even if your goalie is all world, even if it's a 70% goalie and they're just getting shelled, they're still letting goals in, right? Yeah. And at a crazy high frequency. So I think you still got to get, but you see, that's why I think you got to get nothing but two-way guys. Because imagine you get. Like, okay, so you got a great shooter. Let's say you got an unbelievable attackman, right? You got to get offensive threats out there. Obviously, they get caught on defense. Now what? And then because it's like basketball, you going back and forth. Yeah, you get caught on defense. Shot goes up, it goes in. Now what? You gonna sub Rob Pennell or Michael Sowers off on the offensive possession? No, you only have 10 other guys or 9 other guys that you can run with. Like you need guys who can go both ways because it's like basketball. At least that's how I feel playing when I'm playing Sixes. I feel like I'm hooping out there. I'm going back and forth, up and down. Like it's like basketball.
It sounds like you're saying like you're imagining a team of 10 Kawhi Leonards.
Not necessarily. I'm more imagining. So, like you gave the example, like who is it? Zach Currier. I'm imagining someone like Zach Currier. I'm imagining someone like you. I'm imagining somebody like Brian Tevlin, for example,
who's you're imagining Currier, but who's he going to do his pick and roll with?
That's a good question. But those are things that I feel like over time you could probably. I mean, pick and roll. That's you know how to go for a pick and roll in a small space. And like Richie, do you need that much space?
Is the lefty he gonna do it with? Gonna do it like T?
No, but at the same time, you gonna let T get on the defensive side and get cooked? Like, what's the deal? You gonna let T play some defense?
No, you gonna pull him off as much as you can. He might. And now the numbers to go again. He might get stuck for 1 1/4, 4 possessions. Was he gonna give up 4 goals? No. One of those, he probably not even going to get dodged. He might get, like he might give up 1 or 2, which is.
But if you're a good coach,
you're probably going to live with that as the head coach.
I guess, but as a coach, if Teed is on the defensive side, we are going against whoever Teed is guarding.
Once a quarter, you're not even going to game plan or practice that. You don't even have time to put that in a practice plan because it's like it's just obsolete. It's just obvious. But like I said. One of those 4 quarters, one of those times the ball's going to be on the other side. He's going to feel like he's got a good matchup. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be one of the times that T was on defense and he just didn't even get dodged. So now he's on, and then the other 3, boom, boom. One of the times he got beat, but the goalie made a save. Luckily, you're going to totally live with a guy like Jeff T. You're going to and then you think about how skilled other guys, whoever else you're thinking of, that's got to be probably 3, 4, 5 spots of just straight skilled fucking dudes. And of those 3, 4, 5 spots, maybe one of those is a 2-way guy. But I mean, you gotta, yes, a Courier so fire. A team of 10 Couriers sounds like great, but it's really good on that pick and roll with T. Or who's the other? Fucking, it's gonna be Byrne. Teeter Byrne or fucking
Dane Smith,
Dyson, or you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be it's gonna be someone really good, and he's really fucking good on that lefty wing, off the ball and with it, So it's gonna be a combination. It's gonna be a team thing. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna give myself a shot to be in the mix, and hopefully I can get my way in there.
Well, I think I'm hoping for it, man. So. I just want to wrap this up, but I know one of the videos that sticks out about you that I saw was when it was you at a PLL game. I guess they were at Texas when you were at Duke, they might have been in Texas or in North Carolina, wherever you were. But I think you were wearing a Cowboys jersey too. But
that was in Denver.
That was in Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember Paul being like, hey man, you're gonna be in this shit someday. Don't worry, you're gonna be in this shit someday. And it's funny watching you mature from that kid in college to watching you do what you do now. I'm seeing you almost bi-weekly now, and I just saw you in Maryland doing your thing in the box, and you sounded great in the box. And you're a great ambassador for the game too, man. So I'm just telling you right now, it's a pleasure watching you grow and doing what you do best. So
man, I appreciate that more than y'all know, man. And like I said, I put in a lot of fucking work, man. I always had. I started at Duke with actually Joe Robertson. He would take me out all the time and go shoot, and that's when I started really just going out and shooting and being purposeful. And one fall, the senior year, I would literally shoot bottom right every Monday. Everything we did, every drill from everywhere, bottom right on Monday, top right on Tuesday, top left on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I literally did that all fall. I'm very I put a lot of work into it. I love the game. And I got a FaceTime. You guys see me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
And it's up. For real, it's up. That's what I'm really saying. It's up. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm gonna keep putting the crazy work in, the crazy hours. I shot twice today. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna keep doing that, and it's gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you guys you guys say and see. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot. Obviously, appreciate you having me on. Like you said, Scotty, it's always good seeing you every weekend. It's been fun as hell.
Of course.
Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all something to cheer for on the field for real.
Let's go, my guy.
You're doing it, man.
Yes, sir.
Big
Appreciate you coming on, Nakeie, man. I'll see you soon. All right. We're gonna keep in touch.
You're not gonna be in Utah. You might be in Boston.
Yeah, I might be in Boston, and then I'll definitely be in Long Island and when you guys are playing in Philly for the championship.
Hell yeah.
Roll what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, huh?
You know the vibes. Cool. I'll see you again.
All right, brother. I'll catch you
Jay
later.
and Brian, appreciate y'all, boys.
Appreciate you too, bro.
Sir.
Be good,
Take it
bro.
easy, brother.
Be
Yes,
good.
sir. Peace out.
Peace.
All right. Back to talking to you light-skinned guys. All right. Yo, he's
easy to root for, man. He's so easy to root for, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like on a human level. It's like he's just cool. Yeah. That's it,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Shouts out, man.
So I absolutely knew when I was like thinking about somebody I wanted to join the show for like the first time I'm gonna get a PLL player. I was like, let me get somebody who I know I can rock with, who I like is easy to talk to, who's somebody who's pretty authentic, who's not trying to be the coolest guy in the world. Like he is who he is. And that's what I really do appreciate about Nakeie. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I talk to these PLL guys, they're like, short and tight. It's like, it's like,
relax, bro.
Yeah,
we're good here.
Weird dynamic,
Yeah.
And with a guy like Nakeie, it was immediately the connection there. Guy that's easy to talk to there. Speaking of people who are talking that talk this weekend on the New York Atlas, we're talking that talk as they're back. Atlas come back after their brief hiatus with some heat. Jeff Teat picks up right where he left off. 2 goals and 5 assists. Atlas take this one away 15-11. Brian, I'll let you start this one off, my man.
What can't the Bulls do, man? Upstate Bulls, bro. Like I watched it, right? Because what was it, a couple weeks ago? Oh, it's gonna be the Cannons, blah 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 blah. Like nah, like this is what they do, man. And it was funny because at the end of the game, I'm just like, it's crazy. The offense is so good, and how Jeff Teat's gonna win the MVP, and he's gonna win the MVP being guarded by the second best defenseman on every single team because everybody puts their top defender on Shelley, which is like the craziest thing to me because it's like they're gonna initiate either way. And I'm watching the game, I'm like, y'all gonna die with this. And then I know they said after the game, because KB Kyle Bennett had tweeted me. I was wondering why they're using this strategy because I guess they said him and Warren Jeffrey grew up, they're like good friends, grew up together, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like watching the game, I'm like, man, if that's the hill y'all want to die on, not putting my best defenseman on Jeff Teat.
That's crazy.
Like,
but now there's a little bit of a problem though, because Shelley got hurt.
Yeah. But then it's like Doc's Aiken, I'm gonna figure it out because I'm just this physical freak of an athlete. And I can just go wherever and things will just happen because I'm just good at lacrosse. And I'm just like watching it. I'm like, this is insane that they can like, okay, rookie of the year, one of the front runners gets hurt. We can put Doc's Aiken over there, and then we're still good because our defense is great. Let's talk about Gavin Adler. Like it's all this, just all the things because like they're the most complete team in the league. Because remember when Shane was like, "Yo, Brian, you saw what Gavin Allen did?" I'm like, bro, like just one man penalty kills. Like they're just good on every single level. Edmonton's playing well, defense is playing well. If you're getting 2-pointers from Tyler Carpenter, that's happening. Kobe Smith's been playing
Carpenter
great.
Is a stud.
Yeah, when they said that stat about him having 200 career goals or 200 career points in high school, I was like, as a poll, what? Who hurt you, bro? Like, what do you do? Like, that is great. That's a crazy stat. But dude, like, just watching this game, like, I keep coming back to what we said a couple weeks ago in the pod about not having the how hard it is to win games if you don't have an excellent midfield, and the Atlas midfield is just so good. Jake Stevens, man, stud, dog, straight dog, and
man,
it is crazy. Drake Stevens, Brian Costabile, Miles Jones, even Danny Logan can get a couple buckets every now and then. And then you got Kobe Smith, who could quite literally, if he gets a good time and room shot, man, I don't want to take one from him, bro. If I'm a goalie, I'm not taking a shot from him. No question. I might step out of the way and say, Coach, it's my fault, man. I can't do it. Like that, it's just crazy how all of those pieces work together. And on top of that, you got Trevor Baptiste, who is just so good. He is so good from like for example, the Stathakis as a Fogo. I'm not worried about Stathakis going to goal and like getting a really good goal. You have to worry when Trevor Baptiste, if you do not pick him up immediately and cut off his line to make sure that he passes that ball, he will go to goal and he will score. Like he is a freak. He didn't score this weekend. He had two shots, but typically, that's just crazy. It's crazy from top to bottom. It's crazy. And then Docs, lest we forget Docs, freak of an athlete, like you said. I that's just a specimen. I don't know how you. I don't know. That's a well put together team. And then that defense, Gavin Adler going first overall, now seems like the most like almost like a. I'm going to say something.
Oh,
I'm going to say something. You're not. Some of you might like it. Some of you might not like it. Okay, picking up Gavin Adler last year almost seems like a real Popovich move, where you just start building. You build your franchise like with moves that people are not really like. Okay, Gavin Adler needed to get picked up for sure. First overall, though, some people were like, even Diggs, I think, was like, I don't know if I rock with that. And now,
man.
Crazy to think about. That.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Brian. I'll let you go.
Oh, no, I was gonna say because it's not, and they're doing this against a really good Archers offense, right? Because I might flip it, but I think first half Gavin Adler was on because they had who was he on? He was on Trey LeClaire, right? So Trey LeClaire ends up with 2 goals on 13 touches, then he switched. And I think he went up to midfield, and then Grant Ament came down, and then just how Gavin Adler just blanketed Grant Ament, and when you have the ability to just we can shut down your top offensive player, and they're usually doing your top 2 because what Mac O'Keefe had 2 goals on 5 shots, where it's Michael Rexroth plays really well, Makar's been playing really well, and then just what everything Shane said, because we still have this great offense where it's a pick your poison thing, because not many teams in the league where we can beat you on every single part of the field. We have Trevor Baptiste, we have a defense that's playing elite with probably arguably the best defenseman in the league next to JT Giles Harris. We have a stud in goalie with Liam Ensigman. Oh yeah, and the best player in the world is quarterback in our offense.
And this is against the defending champion.
Yeah, exactly. No shit on the Water Dogs. They didn't do this against the Water Dogs. They did this against a team that they might see again in the championship.
All the shade on the Water Dogs. You're 1-9. That's crazy. You're 1-9. And how many of those are 1-goal games, including this one this weekend? Come on.
Tough.
Come on. All kinds of shade.
New York. So I was looking up the Utah. I was like, what went wrong for Utah, or like when do they play well? And I think their trigger is definitely Captain America. Like he's clearly their guy. Okay, Tom Schreiber's clearly their guy, and I saw that when Schreiber has over 3 points in a game, the Archers are 3-1. But so when he doesn't perform that way, there's like really no chance of them winning. But it's always interesting to see how much he's like dependent on in a game, like how much the Utah Archers depend on him. Like, let's look at their offense. Like who Mac O'Keefe is their offensive guy, is one of their offensive guys. Trey LeClaire, and then who else besides Tom Schreiber?
It would become Connor Fields, but but it's just like you said, Scotty. The way Connor Fields play, he kind of needs to feed off of Tom Schreiber, because again, we can be super over aggressive with Connor Fields. He may score, he can become turnover prone, and then it'll throw off your offense.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Tom Schreiber's got to be he's got to be that party starter.
Tom Schreiber is just a catalyst. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Party starter. But hopefully Shelly's okay with his foot. Now, as I'm looking at Jeff Teet's stat line, I'm just like, this is ridiculous because you see he scores 7 points, but you're like, 2 goals, 5 assists is probably the hardest way to get 7 points. So I wanted to ask you guys, because I know how I feel about this. What's harder, getting 4 goals or getting 4 assists in a game? I think I'm gonna start this one off because I know me is I don't pass the ball. So I'm not getting 4 assists ever. And 1 game is crazy to me.
I think it's extremely easy when you've got someone like Doc Sakin hovering the crease. Not Doc Sakin, Xander Dixon. Hovering the crease. I think like it couldn't be easier for you. And I think you've got, and then someone like Connor Schellenberger as well, who is kind of like a quiet assassin. He doesn't do very. He's very technical. He's very skilled, but he's not very flashy. Even his stick movements are really quiet. So I think like for that team, get 5 assists on that team, I think specifically with Xander Dixon in cage is like, or in the crease is so much easier than it is for probably a lot of other players. I think he's just surrounded by a lot of people who complement the fact that Jeff Teat is looking for a pass. He's a pass first kind of guy, right? He knows he's going to draw the double. He knows he's going to, draw a slide, and he knows where to look. And he doesn't panic. He's extremely composed at all times. He's never like, not knowing what to do or not knowing where to go or who to pass to. And then his teammates do a really great job of getting open for him and being aware of the fact that he might be getting pressed out a little bit too far. So I think for him, it's very easy to get 5 assists. I think for another person, it would be, I think they would probably hover around 2 to 3 assists, but on his team, but 5 assists on that team for him, I think that's so much easier than scoring. And I think that's why they're successful, is because he's crazy composed and he's pass first.
That's a solid answer. Saying it's about your circumstances, but I know for me personally in my playing style, I know I would have a hard time getting 4 assists. Brian, what are you saying? 4 goals or 4 assists? Which one's harder?
I think it's assists, because and I think it's a reason why usually just in sports in general, but like lacrosse specifically, you'll see way more people score 50 goals before they have 50 assists. Because it kind of similar to what Shane said, just the determining factors, because you can dodge and make a perfect pass and they don't finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even you though, Scotty, you saying you're not an assist person, I think if you had Xander Dixon hovering around the crease, you would find him and he would catch it and he would score. Yeah. All you got to do is put it around here or around here and he's going to catch it. It doesn't matter.
And a couple of his misses were crazy in that game too. Just like, it's just crazy. It's like, bro, how do you, that West Berg thing, when Nakeie was talking about West Berg, is in certain players, and usually every team has at least one, where it's just like, what goes through your brain when you catch stuff, and the way that you just get shots off is insane. And Xander usually has like 2 or 3 of them a game. It's just like, bro,
even Nakai's shot was crazy on that fast break.
Oh,
like I was like,
that was yucky.
He snuffed that.
Yeah.
So that was but you're right. Like each team does have a player like that. But as we can see, New York Atlas is back. I know you're happy to hear that, but another team that tried to come back in the next game was the Outlaws. Outlaws played against the Chaos in their second game of the week. Tried to come back in this one, and that's exactly what they did. They come back on track on their second game of the weekend as Carolina's offense continued to struggle. 4 goals in a game.
Who are they?
I don't know.
They're an enigma.
Who are they? Who? What are you, a fucking owl? Do you know that?
Classic.
Let's go.
Classic.
That's a movie. But you know, when you see a score like 10-4, like neither of these offensive look good, right? Neither of them look good. But 4 goals in a game, like what happened to last week? Like they put on a clinic last week scoring, and this week they only have 4 goals.
Josh Byrne, you could tell they needed Josh Byrne, man. Which I understand why he wasn't there. It makes sense. Because I think people just thought he they just thought they were arresting. They weren't arresting him. His brother was getting married.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Taylor Jensen. Because and for people that don't know, because Taylor Jensen played at RIT. Probably, he was so good at RIT, man. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a shot in the PLO when he plays for the Rochester Nighthawks. But yeah, your brother gets married. That's the thing about playing a summer sport where you don't get paid millions of dollars.
Outlaws. I'm happy to see the Outlaws pulled that one out. You can't go away from your home weekend, without getting a win there. I mean,
Eric Law, man.
Eric Law was locked in, but also I think it goes to show Blaze Reardon went 50%. Owen McElroy went 75 though. Like he was locked in. He was locked in.
But
I'm not surprised.
I also think it's the quality of shots that the Chaos were taking, bro. Like they
For
do
sure.
not have an offense at all.
There was a spot. There was like a span of time where the shots that were going weren't bad, but McElroy was making some crazy saves. I think it was might have been a third or fourth quarter, but when they started to kind of pull away. Back to your original, you cannot go scoreless in a PLL game. Chaos goes scoreless in the first and the fourth. You cannot do that, especially not the fourth, dude. Especially not the fourth, because it was still within two goals. It was a 4-8 game in the fourth quarter.
I mean,
they just couldn't score.
Yeah,
you looking at it like this though. When you go that, like the Outlaws did go scoreless too in the second quarter.
They did, but if you're going to go scoreless and the other team's going to go scoreless, you can't go scoreless more than the other.
Yeah, exactly.
You absolutely can't.
Yeah.
Definitely can't. I mean,
because the Outlaws didn't play great.
I know.
Okay, now I'm going to make us pick this. Now, who is the worst offense in the league?
Man, it's crazy because it could be one of 3 teams.
It's got the Water Dogs, dude. It's got to be the Water Dogs. I mean, like statistically speaking, that's not even a question.
No, I don't think statistically speaking, Water Dogs are it. I think Chaos or the Redwoods are statistically it.
Yeah, those are the 3 I was going to say any given week.
But look at the record.
No, the record. We're just talking about which offense.
But we have to consider. Correct, but we have to be able to add that, because at the end of the day, when it came down to it between the 2 teams, Redwoods and Water Dogs, one team was able to pull it out, and one team has historically all season not been able to get a bucket.
But that's not that might not be their offense though. You could be like their defense and make one more stop.
If it's not their offense, add something, bro. It's been 5 games. You have lost by 1 goal. It's been multiple games.
But that's again out there.
Dude, I think you're
we're
wrong.
again talking offense though. So it's one of those.
But if you can't score 1 goal in a necessary opportunity, how does that not speak to an offense? I understand it also speaks to the players, but if you can't score 1 goal for a majority of your games all season, how does that not speak to an offense? Now,
bro, it speaks to
you also
too. How do you not stop them that one
you
time?
You went and you went the halftime score in a professional lacrosse game was 9-0. 9-0.
Okay.
9-0. And by the way, that means that 2 quarters in a row,
You're talking
your
about
team could not.
Again?
Yes, 2 quarters in a row, you could not get a bucket. A bucket. Now, Chaos have their own problems, but it wasn't 2 quarters in a row. It wasn't 2 quarters in a row, but you couldn't get a bucket. And then in most of your games for the season, you still lose by 1 goal. You still can't get one bucket. You are one bucket away on most of your games for the season from being in the conversation to being the worst team in the league. One bucket.
Okay. All right. So Shane, you're gonna say loud and clear that the Water Dogs.
It's got to be the Water Dogs. Got to be.
Okay.
It's got to be.
Brian, who do you say is the worst offense in the league?
I'll go Chaos.
Good. You better not say Redwoods because I'll jump through his screen. I agree with Brian. I'm gonna go with the Chaos here. All right. I mean, there's a lot of questions surrounding the Carolina Chaos offense, but there's also some fan questions we got here. So let's get to the next questions here.
Wow.
Segue.
You see, that was good. That almost went over, but
See,
that was good.
All right, here we go. This one is from it says him 476. It says, what do you guys do for your hair besides Shane?
Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know who this is. Young blood. Let me tell you something. Okay? I had great hair. I have a bad hairline. And it will affect you at some point in your life, too. So, you know, get your licks while you can. I decided to shave it off early in life as opposed to being told you need to do it. I did it. Okay? It's gonna get you too. Don't you worry about that. You having these questions? The hairline man coming for you too. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
And his name is Gillette.
What do you do with your hair, Brian? What do you put in it? Any good
I've been growing it since birth. Only fruits and berries.
Yeah, what a movie. What a poll.
Nah, man, I have good hair because it's genetics. My hair is longer for the podcast than it usually is because I'm in Colorado. I'm still figuring out the barber thing, but castor oil, man, Haitian castor oil. Put it in your hair. Keep your hair moisturized.
I just shower and just put some shampoo in it.
You don't shower.
So that user, that's crazy because I'm not even gonna start. That question came directly from my account. On to the next one here.
Besides Shane, that is crazy. That's crazy.
That came directly from my account.
That came right from my account.
That makes so much more sense. I'm like, why Shane get straight?
Yeah, instead.
I was like, nobody asked that question. Let me just put Shane on blast for a second.
Yeah. Are you that guy? Is it you?
Let me just get him going, bro. All right. But of course, the most loyal guy out here, Matt Shaler. I don't even have to post. And he'll be like, yo, you guys should talk about this week.
Love it.
So Matt Shaler sent me a post and it was talking about this. It speaks of a lot of the college great players. So it said all in their prime, one's got to go. And it's Mark Matthews, Lyle Thompson, Pat Spencer, Mikey Sowers, Mikey Powell, or Matt Rambo. Which one?
Mikey Sowers.
Mm-hmm. Look at Brian. Look at Brian.
Mm-hmm. I have the feeling I already know what you're going to say. I'm going to write it down actually because I know what you're going to say. I know which person you're going to talk about because I already know your bias. I'm going to write it down, and so that when you say it, I can show it. Go ahead. Say who you're going to say.
Tell me when you're done writing because you already know.
I'm writing. I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
His last name's only 5 letters. So it's saying I am cutting Matt Rambo. Matt
Rambo. Matt Rambo.
So I understand because people are going to say he won a Toraton in the national championship that Maryland won. Cool. I'm just talking about like historically great like individual plays and things that you think about, and every single one of them dudes had that thing. Nothing comes to mind for me from Matt Rambo, so I'm sure Maryland fans are gonna be like, remember when he did this? Maybe. But I'm just like, for all of them, they just all, I think it's just like generational, these things that they have, because like everybody, like the Mark Matthews one hand, like we remember that Lyle's Lyle, right? That COVID short season for Mikey Sowers. That's why I'm like, you can't say Mikey was a problem. But yeah, that would be Matt Rambo. I don't want to go on a tangent.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to fight your fight about that, especially if I put that on a short and put it on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna catch some heat for that one.
You're gonna catch them.
I mean, the state of Maryland State coming for me anyway, so it wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Let's just make it worse for sure.
It's all good. But I am going to say Maryland people probably might hate me too for this. But we're talking about another Maryland. I'm talking about the Loyola great Pat Spencer. Now, hear me out. The reason why I'm saying this is because Pat Spencer several times hurt my feelings.
Oh, okay. So it's a personal thing. It's not
Personal thing.
Okay, all right. I can live with that. Yeah.
Because I remember me showing up to the Rutgers football stadium to watch Rutgers play against Loyola on February 23rd, 2019.
Oh, that's hoodie. That's
Now
that's hoodie Pat, man.
I'm like, I know Pat Spencer's real, but Rutgers is also real. Rutgers ain't that real that year, bro. Dude, I've seen Pat Spencer do some of the most disgusting things on that field.
Different.
And he was playing against future PLL polls in that game.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
And he had 5 goals and 2 assists in that game and just put us to sleep. 13-7 versus Rutgers there in that game. Now, another reason why I'm upset about Pat Spencer is because he's not playing lacrosse.
You're right. He's playing NBA basketball.
Shane, can I be selfish for a second, bro? Let me care about me.
I'm sorry. I'm a Pat Spencer fan, so I get it.
Listen, I'm proud of him for making it to the league, doing what's best for him. But I'm looking for something that's best for me, and it was watching him on a lacrosse field. I know how good he is on a lacrosse field. Yes, he's great on an NBA court, but you know how awesome it would be to watch this man in a PLL uniform doing something great to this day?
Oh.
He might be taking a 95% salary cut, but still.
Right?
Yeah.
99% salary cut.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be basically volunteer work.
But I mean,
in comparison.
He'd make a lot of sponsors though. He'd get his sponsors though. He'd get his sponsors though.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I think all the sponsors are lacrosse sponsors anyway.
That's like the only reason that's the only thing I could say against any of those guys. I mean, it's so hard for me to pick against any of them. Like
all objectively great players. So yeah, no shade on any of them.
For sure.
But I'm going.
However, I still think on that list, Sowers got to go.
Sowers? That's crazy.
Sowers got to go.
You know what? It's one of those questions though where like it's like whatever.
Because what prime are we talking about?
It's going to be that's crazy. Like there's no clear answer.
But like what prime are we talking about? Are we talking about Duke Sowers? Or are we talking about Princeton Sowers? Because Princeton Sowers
they did that
is
to
a
troll.
different
That was for engagement. They put him in that Duke uniform for engagement because nobody says Michael Sowers in college and thinks Duke like it's him in Princeton.
It's Princeton Sowers was different, but also the competition was a little different too. The people around him were a little different too. So I mean, it's kind of like people forget Chris Gray used to play at Boston University first before he went to UNC, and he was cooking at Boston University, and then obviously he was around some even more crazy studs at UNC, and he started to kind of like take off a little bit more. But on that list, I mean, like we're talking about first of all, you on that list, we put on that list a person that has influenced Brennan O'Neill to be number 42. On that list is Brennan O'Neill's influence in the game. Like, and then you got Lyle. I'm just not going to accept any Lyle slander. Like, that's crazy. Except, I don't know if you saw that. Do you see the comment on that picture? I think it was, and it was Lyle going, "Yeah, Lyle, get him out of here." Wild picked up himself. He's like, get him out of here. I thought it was hilarious.
You guys gotta send me that.
Dude, it was super funny. I was like, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, it's like one of the first comments I was like, I cut Lyle.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. But yeah, and then Pat Spencer, freak of nature, Mikey Powell. If you say Mikey Powell, I assume you're a Zoomer.
You just don't like that's the one you can't say.
You're Gen Alpha. You don't know anything about lacrosse in the first place.
Yeah.
Like that's my assumption. But crazy. Very hard to pick, but
solid question though. Now I asked a question to our fans today about whose car would you ride in, and of course, your boy gets the win. Okay, Scotty Royster gets the win. 48% of the people said they would ride into my car on Instagram. Okay, I don't care about Twitter, Brian or Shane. Okay, we talking about polls on Instagram. Okay?
Bro, you have like 200% more followers than me. Like you're supposed to be.
Whoa.
You're the guy on Instagram, bro. You're supposed to win.
Objective.
You're that guy.
It's all objective. I'm not doing this. Okay, I just wanted to brag and have my moment here, so that's my moment. Okay,
enjoy it. Our IG Scotty can go like a poll for all of us. What color is the sky? Scotty can be like green. Everybody's like Scotty's got it.
Scotty's got it.
I love it, right? I love it.
I mean, hey, bro, you got to use your following to your advantage.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Why'd you give yourself a Maybach? You gave yourself a Maybach in that, didn't you?
I gave myself a Phantom. I gave myself a
Phantom.
Hell yeah.
You're
bro,
funny.
I was crying. Shane, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought of putting you in like a Kia.
I knew it. I looked at the cars and I was like, yeah, you better put me in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Put me in a Ferrari.
I was about to just I was like laughing at my laptop as I was making it, but I was like, nah, let me be a good guy here.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm like, nah, you're actually wild for that.
That's hilarious.
Put me in a Kia Soul.
Speaking of cars, it's time to zoom out of here now, guys. All right, that's another episode. Episode 10 in the bag here. All right. Wow. With your boys, Shane, Brian, and Scotty. We also had Nakeie Montgomery join the pod for today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and even on Spotify, you could vote, you could comment, you could do what you want on Spotify. Whatever you do, just interact with us on Twitter, on Instagram also, and YouTube. We will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.